All right, guys, hope all is well. I'm just going to do a video about for the week ahead on the market. So, excuse me, dollar. I wanted to see a run up into here. We didn't get that. That's fine. We dropped off. We had some liquidity resting in here. Price came all the way back up again. We ran it, and then we dumped all the way back down, taking this weekly low or daily low, whatever you want to call it. I'm actually going to call it my weekly low, yeah. So into this weekly low. So now what I can really see is we got this inefficiency and then we do have this demand zone. So what I'm really waiting for price to see is if we're just going to trickle down, then come back up, or what I would quite like to see is a pullback into this zone, which is this hourly guy here. You can see we had demand, this was holding, it then broke, this is the new supply, a pullback, and then continue. So if we can get that, that's going to be nice, because if we invert this, you can see we had breaker structure, supply, we had that breaker structure there. Should have been looking for price to react off that, but we didn't. We broke it, so now we're just waiting for this whole zone to get met. So that's going to be my model going into next week. So what can we look at? So Ethereum, I'm actually still got my bias for longs, honestly. I want to see 3,000 get hit again, or these weekly highs. We could have one more dump and then start pushing up. Could be a possibility. And if we did, we could fill and come into this 12-hour. We could come and take out this daily low, and we do, excuse me, have some imbalance, and we do have some demand down here on the daily. We did somewhat get a fill and a test of this. You can see, let me just, so we had all of this in here was actually filled, and this was our imbalance, and you can see we did actually hit that. So I wouldn't be surprised if price did go long. What I do want to see though is I want to see that breaker structure. I want to see this broken 100%, and then we can look for pullbacks to go long. What I was looking for is I thought price going in from yesterday and today was gonna come above here. That means this zone would have been valid, and then we could have looked for longs. We didn't get that. Price just came down, and hopefully we actually just consolidate over the weekend, because it's kind of annoying trading cryptos, because on the platform I trade with and the people that I trade with, I can't trade over the weekend. So there has been a couple of opportunities when I've missed some nice moves due to the weekend. So it is kind of frustrating. But let's see what happens in going into next week. Silver. So actually, yeah, sorry, silver. Um, Silver, you can see if anyone's watched my videos, I've been waiting for this 3-day zone to get met down here. So now we had that 3-day zone met, just scaling it down, scaling it down. We did actually come in all the way to a fucking 4-hour or 1 hour. Yeah, all the way down into here. You can see when we came into that, we had our accumulation, which is here. Price is accumulating. You can see we had that low, we ran it, we came back, break a structure, pushed higher. Did have a little bit of an imbalance here. Price technically did come into it because our imbalance would have been from all of this, and price did actually come and fill pretty much most of it, to be fair. So that's valid. We had that low that was swept. Price came up, we broke structure, and then dropping it down, lowering the time frame. I was looking for this Asia, is it Asian high? Oh no, it's not Asian high. I was waiting for this slide to be made. You can see we had that raid, we swept, and then we came down. You can see prices just digging straight through it, which is amazing to see. So now we know that supply is in control. Now we know demand is in control. Sorry, apologies. Demand is in control. So from the news, price came all the way up. We ran, we broke structures. We then came down and we tested this 15-minute guy in here. Just change that to green. And then from there, you can see we came down, we pushed up, we broke structures here. Oh, broke structure here. Price came back down with our news event. We filled this 15-minute inefficiency here. We then pushed all the way back up, breaking structure, dropping down on a 5-minute. You can see, wait, dropping it down to, what was it on? Was it, I think it was 3 minutes? Oh, 1 minute. Okay, I'm just going to take the whole volume of this in. So we still had a test here. This last down move is still valid. We came down, we tested it, and then we actually just started to spring and push a bit higher. So what am I waiting for now? So we had, let me just delete some of this. We had that test, and then we came down. We actually did test this hourly open here. We came down, we tested this hourly open here, then we came up, we broke structures. That's fine. Lower down, we do have a 30-minute zone, and we do have this 15-minute zone down in here with this inefficiency. So price could potentially dig a little bit deeper and sweep these lows in here before actually doing anything. I do and will have two orders on this, and I'm looking for price to come back. Well, eventually I do want it to come back into this 3,000 zone, same as Ethereum. Now, when we're looking at the daily structures, we do have, this is our structure. We came down, we broke structure here. Price pulled out, we came down, but this could potentially just be one leg in price. We didn't really pull back as far as I would have liked. We did came just kind of, no, sorry, going into here. We didn't really even come into the 50%, which makes me think this could actually be our extended leg. We pull back up into 3,000, come and fill whatever we need to, and then we actually push and break down lower. We did hold and validate this, guys, so price could push higher, and you can see we do have a lot of weekly imbalance in here, which could be nice to see get tested. But I'm not really looking for the shorts. I'm just looking for the potential long into the shorts, and definitely all of this 3,000 zone. You can see we've got equal highs and things here. So for me, looking for longs going into next week is really valid for me. This is looking like a really nice setup. I'm just going to wait for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then actually just kind of see what happens. I was looking for buys last beginning of this week in here, but we didn't get it. I should have been looking more at the imbalance, honestly, but it's fine. We still got it. We still took that, but we still took it. I did actually manage to get in on a buy position off here, and then I actually did catch this run. It was going down on a 1 minute. So on a 1 minute, we came down into where we were looking at, and I literally just had my entry. It wasn't an order, it was just straight. And I had my target just to this height. You can see we literally wicked it super, super, super clean. Even I was looking for longer movements. When I'm trading lower time frame like this, I just like to target points of liquidity. I mean, even though we did break structure higher, and you can see that this was our imbalance all in here, which is really, really nice. I didn't want to hold it all the way to the top. I mean, like I could have held it all the way to top side, to be fair, but if I'm usually trading lower time frames, I'm taking profits at points where the market is obviously gonna have some sort of reaction. So you can see this whole supply zone was all lined up with this. Whenever I see big, big, strong moves like this on gold and silver, or on like quite a lot of pairs, I feel like sometimes you do actually get quite a harsh pullback, and I didn't want to just lose all my profits. Could have got in on another entry. I didn't. For me, what was the time? This was like 2:30 going into New York, and then I think I just left it for the day. So going on now. to next week, we have our 4 hour whole major zone. We have all of this supply and things in here. What are we trailing around at? We are trailing at psychological level 2,500, which is 2,500. Could definitely see another entry coming running back down into next week just to fill out a lot of this. You can see this has been a major level for silver. So I do just want to see if we can have that one last run into these highs and kind of fill a lot of this inefficiency in here. So buy model silver looking really nice. Got a 1 to 3.5 and then a 1 to 5 if price does maybe push back down a bit. Just because for me, how I'm trading, how I've started trading now is just on my risk management. I will have, let's say, if this is if I'm using a 0.1 on this trade, like lot size 0.1, just for an example, if I'm using a 0.1, I'm then gonna look down and go on the lower time frames and get an even better risk to reward. But I want to be using double that position size that I was using. Because even if I'm using double, if I'm scaling down on a 1 minute, it's nowhere near going to be enough. I'm talking like super, super tight SLs. Um, then for me, you'll risk instead of it, if you're risk independent, I risk 0.5% per time I trade. So I'm going to place a trade which is going to be 0.5%. I'm going to go down on a lower time frame and place another trade double. So that means on this trade, I'm actually risking 1.5% in terms of like the original trade. So when you can actually have less risk overall. So for me, I like to have an overall kind of zone that I'm looking for. So price can actually like come down and like I can be activated in it, and then when I do get the break structure and things like that, that for me is then when I can get in on another entry on an even better lot size with better risk to reward and just be targeting the same things. So it's actually really powerful. If you can actually understand risk management and understand risk to reward, you can actually you can do damage. It's really good. So silver, that's looking like a really, really nice opportunity for next week. I'm definitely going to keep my eye on this. Bitcoin as well, same situation. Last week, if you watch my previous videos, I said I was looking for this zone or I was looking for this imbalance in here. Now you can see we came down, we hit that imbalance. I think we came down and kind of filled about 50% of it. Yeah, look at that, really, really clean 50%. Whenever I see nice reactions like this, simple, where are we? Range 50. Yeah, whenever I get opportunities like this, like on the daily and stuff, they're really, really nice to see. Now, again, I feel like this is going to be annoyingly one of those things we're going to miss, and it's going to be over the weekend, but I'm praying that we're not. Price is generating really nice highs up here, which I do want to see get taken. And I am going to be looking to take out this market open high. You can see this is complete midnight. So I want to see this get taken. Furthermore, I want to see price come up to 65K. But first target on the board is just going to be up into 62.7. For me, what's going to confirm this now is if we just do this over the weekend, generating highs, generating lows, I will just look for a straight order off here. Boom. If we don't and price does break higher, well, either way, I'm still really going to be looking for this zone in here to get met. If price does come down, we break, that's fine because that's just more of a confirmation that we've broken out of this and we're going to pull back and go long. So even though we did have a massive sell-off going into last, well, a massive sell-off week before last, but we didn't really break on the daily. We didn't break structure. 12-hour we did, but on the daily we didn't actually break structure. And since we did that, price has actually just been quite strong, and we have been respecting zones, which are confirming and validating longs. And there's a lot of liquidity all resting in these highs, which I want to see get taken. But if we can shift above this, that's going to be really, really nice place for us to look to buy, um, look to be selling. But sorry, look to be buying. Exactly, look to be buying. So let's go back. Bitcoin, looking for buys. If we can break, if we can get activated in a trade and we can break and hold above 60K, that's going to be nice. Oops. That's going to be nice. So if we can get activated and price can break and hold 60K and we can hold this as a level, that's going to be really nice as well. NZD/USD, again, so many buys, so many buys. Dollar absolutely been getting crushed. So NU has been mooning, been waiting for this to pull back for time, but we literally haven't. I suppose we don't have to all the time. 4-hour, I've been looking for down here to get met. We haven't accomplished that. Again, that's fine. It's just showing us dollar strong. We literally raided that low and then we just started mooning. 4-hour, we shifted out of this high in here. A lot of imbalance, which price is just completely rushing through at the moment. So I'm just looking to target this liquidity. 4-hour, you can see I'm just looking for this straight open. We have that low breaker structure and prices breaking down. I did look for a buy in here going into on Friday, which was really nice. It was just off this whole zone. Off this whole zone. Almost took me out, but we got it, man. And then it was literally just to this high. So the risk to reward wasn't amazing. 2 to 7, I'll take it. All right. Going for next week though, we had that hourly zone, which price just literally plummeted. Breaker, really, really nice. You can see we've reacted. We broke structure. We came back down and tested a 15-minute or like this whole zone in here. You can see price just swept this low. We came down. We actually did test again. Pretty sure this whole major bit, yeah. So price came up here, we reacted, and then we came back down. You can even call this, and then price has really just been mooning from here. We had a really, really nice 30-minute as well. So for now, we've got inefficiency on the hourly, and we've got this whole major zone. If we drop it down on a 15-minute, you can see we've got some imbalance still left in here. So down in here is going to be really nice. Again, for me, I'm going to be looking to take it off this inefficiency. Our EMAs are crossing over really, really nice. Price is looking just super strong, super bullish. You can see on the 4-hour, we do have this imbalance in here. So I do want to see if price can just correct that really quick, and then push back up to the top side. So that is the models for next week. 3 opportunities, looking at 3 buy situations. Silver for me is looking more of a nicer one, Bitcoin and NU. But we will have to go and see what happens going into next week. I do think maybe dollar could push down a bit stronger, so we could actually maybe have the NU push up a little bit higher. There was, oh, we did have last week, we did have Euro AUD that did exactly as to plan. Well, not exactly as to plan, actually. I was waiting for this supply to be met. I was looking for buys off this zone. But we just ran that one more time, and then there was opportunities written down here. You can see we just ran that low, and then price ran up. We came into this high, and then we just died off. Really, really nice. We could come up into here next week, though. Honestly, I do just want to see more continuations. Um, Really, really nice. You can see inefficiency fill, breaker structure. We got an inefficiency here. So just waiting to see if we could fill that and then actually start pushing back down a little bit more from here back down. That's going to be nice to see if we get that. And there was also, well, AUD USD, same situation. Came down, we filled, we tested, had this whole major zone. Sorry, entries and then long, and then was just target up into here. And there was a really nice opportunity on the 1 minute as well. Um, well, yeah, down in here. So price had came down, we had tested in here and we started to push a little bit lower on the 1 minute. You can then see price. We were taking lows, taking lows, taking lows, taking lows. We had this supply in here that got broken, and then this high got broken as well. Looking for anywhere for price to come down, back in and test. I did actually say this zone, but my stop was just a little bit below here. Long, 3 pip stop loss. And then it was just to target the highs. I do and could see price going up a lot higher and definitely going to the daily. We have all of this, which very much well could get run. Just for the time being, though, we do have this nice zone in here, which could definitely see price come into in terms of entries, could even maybe come into this imbalance or even furthermore come into this zone here. Long entry buy model. I'm not really looking at this too much. For me, it's not as clean. Wait. For me, it's not as clean as NZD/USD. But these are the main ones. Euro AUD, it does look quite nice. I will maybe take this if we use our fib. There you can see everything is lining up, so there would be no reason for us not to take this opportunity. But let's just have a look and see how next week goes. That is all I have for you guys for now. If you guys got any questions about anything, please let me know. Feel free to fire away, and I will help everyone as much as I can. All right, guys.